and then we'll talk about a couple of things. Judge Boasberg got smacked down again by the Supreme Court. They told him he does not have jurisdiction over the cases. And the other thing we're going to talk about is Canada electing Mark Carney as Prime Minister, a person who is more a liberal than Justin Trudeau. And that Jordan Peterson said that if Carney was elected, that Alberta would immediately vote to secede from Canada. Yeah, see, the issue with Canada is that the Canadians hate oil. Alberta is where all their oil is. Eastern Canada, where the government is, keeps voting against oil, keeps making the oil companies do things that are basically putting themselves out of business. And so Jordan Peterson said if Carney is elected, that Alberta will immediately vote to secede, which they are allowed to do per their constitution. And he said, look for Alberta to want to become an American state. So it won't be the whole of Canada. We won't gain all them liberals. We will gain Alberta, which is conservative. So we have to see where it goes, right? Yeah. On that SCOTUS order, there's another one that came out at 1 a.m. that I haven't heard or read yet, but they said that Boasberg does not have jurisdiction over these cases, and basically told him to cease and desist. It's about time, ain't it? Yeah. I always worry about Amy Coney Barrett voting with the liberals. Really wonder what's going on with her. Yeah, SCOTUS finally grew a pair, but I hold my breath every time uh, Andrew Bronco says SCOTUS has ruled. I think, oh, holy shit! I hope that it's in our favor. Yeah, Canada will suffer. See, one of the things that's going to piss Alberta off is Carney said when he started running for prime minister that he would immediately vote for Canada to join the European Union. The European Union screwed over most of Europe. Yeah. Yeah. Ketanji Brown. She's a liberal embarrassment. That's what I call her. Right. The EU is going broke. Why do you think the UK voted to leave the European Union? Because they saw way back then that the EU was going to go broke. Well, I see we have 7 listening on X. Welcome. Y'all leave a comment. Let us know where you're from. And we have 1 on YouTube. That's you, Julianne. I want to thank you for staying here and hanging out and being here every day. Even when I come down sick, you're right here. I want to thank you for that. Now it says 9 listening on X. Welcome, welcome everybody. But I don't know, this whole deal with Canada voting a more liberal prime minister is kind of crazy. They complained and complained about Trudeau, and then they vote in somebody more liberal. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I do not get that. And this morning it was reported that Pierre Poilievre not only lost prime minister, but he lost his seat at the House of Commons to a liberal. Right. Trump said it will be easier to deal with the liberal prime minister than it would be the conservative. My other channel's doing really good. Some of my short videos on the koi pond have like 900 to 1100 views. That's good. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to drop the tariffs. Yeah, this new prime minister said something to the effect of let America raise the tariffs. We don't need America. He'll rule the day, he said that. And Beto O'Rourke says he's going to run for the Senate again. That guy never learns. Says I'll mount another bid for the Senate if Texans want me. They've told him 3 times they don't want him. He's lost all 3 times. Yeah, Beto's funny. Wouldn't it be funny if the other channel got monetized before this one? Well, I see we have 2 listening on YouTube. Thank you. Let us know where you're from. I am in sunny eastern Montana. Sometimes I call it chilly eastern Montana or frigid eastern Montana. Sometimes in the winter. Yeah, title of the video can draw a lot of people. We got 13 on X. Is that right? I haven't seen Zach for quite a while. I'm worried about him. Yeah, my side shows 13 on X. So tomorrow we're going to talk about SCOTUS and the positive things that have happened and the negative. We got to cover both sides, you know what I mean? We got to cover it all. Yeah. And I'm doing some research on Virginia Giuffre. Guy on X said that he has proof that she was murdered. I want to watch his video and see what his proof is before I go down the rabbit hole, you know what I mean? Yeah, we might never know is right. Something that the guy said at the start of his video, I started to watch it. He said that Virginia put up signs at her property 3 weeks ago. But I didn't get to see what signs he said she put up or anything that previously the property had no signs up. Well, here's an interesting turn of events. There's a judge that ordered Virginia's attorneys to destroy all the evidence that they have. They need to go to court and appeal that, right? They need to appeal that right away. Yeah, they've really gone off the shelf towards the left wing. Like, they outlawed all guns. You cannot own a gun at all in Australia now, which is just crazy. All right, that's all I got for you today. We'll be back tomorrow at noon. I want to do some research on what SCOTUS said at 1 a.m. this morning, and we'll talk about that. No, what I read that you cannot own any guns, that they made all guns illegal. They did that sometime last year. Love you. See you later. Bye.